Welcome to the channel Jackomains and future Jackomains. Today we're going to go over some cool new things that we can now do in Season 3. Now here is a cool block string that I currently use for Jacko. Now let's break that down a little bit. Normally I wouldn't go for something like this because it's a little long and I'm probably not going to get anything from it. Usually when I'm trying to open people up, I go for something like this, or just a one hit and the summon of a minion, or one hit of the heavy slash and summon the minion, just to throw off their block timing. But now I go back to how I played Jacko fairly around Season 1, early Season 2, which is go for frame traps. Doing frame traps now makes more sense because we can make our block string longer, because when we end, we can go for this right here, our Wild Assault. Now here's a few combos you can get from frame trapping. So right now we have Kai doing a 2P whenever we hit him. So first we go for this one right here, for the close slash. You want to time it right. And we have ourselves a combo right there. Now for heavy slash. Now that's the combo we do since we don't have our 5K combo anymore, but we can do a new combo with Wild Assault, which I'll go over a little later. Now something better to do as opposed to doing the heavy slash is to do a 2H instead, because it's a natural counter hit. So if they try to hit anything after the second slash, that's the counter hit. So with the second slash, we have to time it. See how I have to delay? I can throw off my timing and I can just get knocked out of it or grabbed out of it. So we can just use 2H and that'll counter hit every time as long as we do after second slash. So if we do one close slash and do it, it's not gonna get a counter hit. But if we do two, always after that second slash, as long as it's a far slash, basically, we can even do it like this. So combo for that, kind of similar to the last one. Just like the, basically like the 5K combo. It's basically the same thing. And a 2H combo if you want to flex on your opponent. Just like that. So that's 2 frame traps. 1 and 2. Or potentially this one right here. Now for the third one in our block string will be our Wild Assault, which would work off of both heavy slash attacks. Now when it comes to your Wild Assault counter hit, you're not going to get any crazy damage off of it, so you just kind of make up your own combo. I did find myself doing this a lot, even though it's pretty low damage. I'll give you some other examples. And one thing you don't want to forget, this is very important, when doing your block string, be aware that your opponent can backdash your Wild Assault. So if you have a backdasher on your hand, be sure to wait it out a little bit and then go for the full charge, and then you can go ahead and send me your minion and go with your regular block string. And lastly, if they block the Wild Assault, it might take some time to get used to it, but they're in the block stun state for a pretty long time, so if you have the right timing, maybe somebody might want to mash out of that. So you just get the timing down, and then you can just combo them like so. So that's a lot of things we can do to open up our opponent, man. We have the 3 frame traps, and then if they block the Wild Assault, then we can time the moment where they'll be able to attack again, which I doubt somebody's gonna try to do that. So you can even go for something like a grab, since I doubt somebody's gonna try to attack out of such a long block stun. So go for a grab and see what you can get. Now back to the block string. So they block all these things. We haven't even longer process to open them up. So after we Wild Assault, we always want to summon a minion, because they'll be in block stun long enough for us to have our minion out and still be able to attack afterwards. So after we hit our Wild Assault, we can do something like a 2K. We can do something just like this, and that's all natural. They cannot interrupt any of that. So when we get to that point, after we kick the minion off of them, they can do a 2P or they can backdash. But a lot of people are going to be scared to hit a button there. So you do your full block string, summon another one after the serpent shoot, and you can do it all over again. Well, that's only going to work if they're in the corner. If if there's going to be mid screen, time. It's gonna be delayed there, so you can't really get the best results unless like the block string leads into the corner. So if you find your opponent attacking themselves out of your block string, you know, you can always switch it up. You can get to that point where you do the servant shoot and then go for a shield command, or maybe you could just back up and reset afterwards, or maybe they're still gonna look to block. You can run up and grab. Like really, it's kind of like I'm just showing you what I would do, but really you can kind of make up your own thing, and it's gonna depend on what kind of opponent you're playing against. If he's gonna look to like steal his turn back, or is he just gonna block it all? But if he blocks it all, his risk gauge is gonna be like really high. Like take a look at the risk gauge now. Look how high it went, just off of one block string. And like, just keep in mind that we could do this twice. So we could do it twice during our long block string. So yeah, it's really gonna be up to you, but that's just my favorite one, you know. After this, they're in perfect range for a 2K. So unless they back up, unless they do a backdash or try to attack out of it, then they're gonna have to go through a whole another block string by you. And a lot of people are gonna open up there, and if they don't, you know, here's the thing. I'll give it an even longer one. Here's what I actually do in a match. So after I do this, after that minion attack right there, I'll 2K and dash, and then I'll go right into this, and I'll go for a grab, so you know, to stop an attack or a DP. And if if they're the kind to like stop my grabs, then I backdash and do a 2H and get a counter hit. And just to give you a visual of blocking the of trying to get around the grab, like how I end the combo with this, where I end the block string like that, because we can go for a grab, but if they're stopping our grabs, backdash, bam, and we got ourselves a combo. Or you could always you could always do the flex one if you want, although it might be a little harder. But you know, if you're really good with Jacko, you want to flex on your opponent, then just go for the flex one. Or you know, delay the minion attack there, and then you can hit him twice. So yeah, that's the flex combo. A little harder to do, but it's a lot cooler. Now on to the counter hit for the 5H. Now before, we used to do our 5K and go for our combo. But now it's pretty much impossible. So what do we do now? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 6H, but only one hit of 6H. We're gonna do one hit of 6H into the Wild Assault, or the charged version of the Wild Assault. And after that, we're gonna place our minion, and then go into a 2K from there. And then basically do the same combo that I've been doing previously, the same kind of ender. So here's the whole thing. Same kind of ender I've been doing all along. I mean, it's my favorite kind of way to end it. You could find your own combo, but that's what I like to do, because I like to do that because here, I'll show you why. It's a little harder with 2 hits, because it's pretty easy to whiff that 6H, but it's possible. I like this ender, because I can jump, toss a minion, and do something like that. Because I like that setup afterwards. That's why I choose that to be my ender for any combo I can get it off of. And the same thing with 2S. So I have 2 more examples of what we can get off of our Wild Assault, which is after our minion attack and after our shield command. Now these might not be as realistic. Maybe you can hit confirm really good and you can go right into it, but they don't really feel that realistic to me. But maybe you're just really good at the game and I just want to show you that it's possible. First off, minion attack. Now the timing can be pretty hard with this. You have to do it directly after the minion attack as fast as you possibly can. You can't like try to cancel into it. It has to be a little slower than you would canceling into a move, so just like a half a second later. And then you get something like that. So like I said, kind of unrealistic unless you're able to hit confirm immediately that you got a minion attack and you're close enough to hit the Wild Assault, so so it's going to be a full Wild Assault as well, so keep that in mind. Now defense command, pretty much the same thing, but it's a lot more realistic. It's a lot more realistic that you can hit this because you can see an attack coming and you're prepping your defense command to shield them off so you can be more ready to do the Wild Assault afterwards. So you can do whatever combo that you want out of there. After I did that one, I could have summoned a minion and tossed it, kept the pressure in the corner. So it's up to you what kind of combo you want, but those are the best ones that I could find with the minion attack and the shield command, and it's something that works for me, but it might not work for you. So if you find something else, go ahead and look for it. And here's a bonus corner combo. And that is my guide to Season 3 Jacko. Now, for the changes for the Super, the other changes for the Super, and yeah, those are pretty self-explanatory. Not really much changes there as in like the setups. You can really come up with your own thing. I mean, the shield minions last longer, and you get your full minion meter back when you use this one right here, the heavy slash version. So, nothing really too much to go into there. They're pretty self-explanatory. The last thing is the bombs. Now the bombs now do a guard crush. That wasn't a thing before, so that's a pretty good change if you're a Jacko that uses bombs. Now I don't really use bombs like that. I really want to in the future, but I don't really have anything for that now. But if you are interested in using bombs as a Jacko player, then you can go to the Stray Sheep channel. He's a Jacko player who focuses mainly on the bombs, so you'll definitely learn some great tech there. I will leave the link down in the description below. Now if there's anything I didn't mention that you do know of for Season 3 Jacko, just go ahead and leave it in the comments because we're all here to learn. And yeah, that's about it, man. Thanks for watching, guys.